Happy 2024, loves. I'm so excited for this year. I hope you had the most amazing New Year's, and I wish for every beautiful, good, and amazing thing to come to you in this year. I thank you guys so much for following my makeup journey, and I appreciate each and every one of you who have supported me in 2023 and for 2024. I'm excited for what's to come. For the beginning of this year, I have had a few products. Now, they are not new, some of them, but they are new to me, many of them. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so far all I have on are my eyebrows. I put a little bit of the Chanel Complexion Touch to just lighten the dark areas of my face, like my under eyes and around my nose. So other than that, I just have my skincare, nothing else. I actually already talked about this in my 2023 favorites, which, can I just caveat, there were a lot of things I liked in 2023. And I feel like I didn't do it a good justice because I was only talking about the things I was previously or currently using. But there are things in the summer that I did use. I gotta give a shout out. Let me just do this. Give a shout out to the Clé de Peau sticks and the creams. I loved this gloss, and so much so, like, I'm almost out of it. And this was in that beautiful like lavender color. I loved it, guys, and I did not get a chance to talk about this in like my favorites because I kind of forgot about it because I haven't used it because it's winter time and I wasn't even thinking about it. It was on my radar, but I did really love these. And I also loved the Hermes had some standout things as well. This is the Rose Confetti, the Balm, and I did so much love this one. Let me take this off, and it's, you don't really see it. It's like a My Lip, but a little better color. And then there was the Beige Croissant, which I think is in my car right now, so I apologize I don't have it for you. Put a little picture of it here. I love that color, and I wore it quite a bit during the summer months. So let me just say those were the two I didn't give a shout out to, and I'm so sorry. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I did talk about this in my 2023 video, this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. I do have a comparison video that I will be creating in regards to it because I did do a review on the Dior Serum Foundation and I never got around to editing it. I will put that review up at some point this year and a comparison, but I was really nervous about this color. This is the darkest I've ever gone. This is 9N, and I got this because Sephora recommended it, and I was going through a few different channels. I went through Danessa Myricks, I went through Sephora, and maybe one other place to kind of just make sure that this was my color because it was like a blind buy. And so anyways, I was looking for a really nice foundation that would make my skin look really dewy, really radiant, that would just give me a little more coverage when I wanted it, because I have the Say Beauty, but sometimes I want a little more coverage than that. So this is how I typically put it on, and I have been wearing it, and you already know, since it was one of my favorites, I love this foundation. And I've been loving this Shiseido brush. This is a foundation brush. I don't know if you guys heard me in maybe some videos back, I was saying what a struggle it was to like blend on my foundation, and so I was doing some research and I found that, oh my gosh, this brush is amazing. It blends and blurs so nicely. Never would have thought about getting a brush like this, like it wasn't on my radar. But I gotta give credit. Beauty Edit, I don't know, I'll put her up here. I've been following her more recently because I just love how relaxing her videos sound, and since I love beauty, I do watch beauty, luxury beauty, certain ones I do like to watch. I think you can always learn something, right? I mean, we're never too old or can be too skilled at something to learn something. These are people who've been doing a lot more years than I. So anyway, she would talk about this in a few of her videos, and I thought, you know what? It was on sale in November, not during Black Friday, but kind of like during that season and period. Everything was on sale like for weeks and months, and I got it at Macy's for like 15% off, and I was like, this is my time to do it. So I bought it and I couldn't be happier. So yeah, this is it. And you can see how nice this looks. It just looks so smooth, so blurring, and it doesn't add any texture. It looks like skin. Now, as you can see, my background, this will be my new filming space. This is my room. So my husband finally set up my vanity, which if you're interested in seeing, I will show you. But yeah, it's so much easier to just set everything up and have it ready for myself and have all my makeup and everything. Maybe I should show you guys. Let me see. So this is my vanity set. It is actually smaller than I thought it was gonna be. But it has just made this room so much nicer, in addition to having a nice place to store all my makeup. I'm so excited for this vanity. It is a little small. I got it on Amazon, I want to say when we moved in, which is September. So there's no exchanging it, and it's okay. It's a learning lesson, but I'm enjoying it. I got no regrets. Okay. In addition to my skincare, this has been a new moisturizer I've been using. This is not new. This is very old actually, and it's like a cult classic. It's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And what I have been loving about this is it's a moisturizer, but also a primer. It's got a nice thick consistency. Now, you may know this because this is not, like I said, a new product, but I have really loved it. I feel like it absolutely helps everything just stay better. It gives a nice illuminating look to the skin. I mean, I've just been loving it. So, and it has like a lemon smell. It's very refreshing. I feel like it wakes me up a little in the morning. I just really enjoy it. I put that on, then I put my sunscreen over it. There's a lot of questions about that, like it's a primer, nor the primers are over sunscreen. In this regards, I put the sunscreen over top. So I did splurge on one of the Pat McGrath ChromaLuxe Artistry pigments. The reason why I really wanted this is because I missed out on that Star Wars peachy colored one, and I was hoping this would be like a replacement for it. I got it in Nude Euphoria, and I have to say it's not quite that, but and it's pressed pigment, you know, so I thought, oh, this will be nice, like a nudish color for myself. So I'm going to show you guys. I have tried it already. I will say, in regards to colors, I was hoping it was going to be more like an Astro Blitz C shade, and it's not quite. And the formula is a little drier than I was hoping for, and the color is okay. It's just like a pale gold. I was really hoping it was going to be a little something different, but you know what, it's fine. So I'm just going to actually just use my finger. I'm just going to put it on my lid. I thought this would be a nice one and done. And it is actually. So I like it for that purpose. It just, you know, I still was wanting that peachy color that came out that I missed out on with the Star Wars collection, because those are my happy places. But this is not bad. Now I did, when I used it, when I took it to work, I put it over top of like a whole makeup look that I was doing. So I feel like you could do that, but I kind of think this is going to shine its best when you don't have a lot added to it. So that is the look. And that's just with my finger application. You could do a brush, but I don't find that you really need it. And so what I'll do is I will kind of think I'm going to blend it in with a little bit of a neutral color. So I'm going to use my Guerlain Wild Nudes, and we're just going to blend maybe these two colors just in the corner, just in the crease, just to kind of blend it a little. I don't want to do too much. I just want to give a little dimension. Very nice. Okay, so that is it. And you know, I always like to take a little on the inner corner. So let me take that same Pat McGrath ChromaLuxe. And you could wet these. So let me show you wet. But I don't know, I don't really like it that way. So I use a little Max Fix Plus here. And I already touched it with my finger so you can kind of see the difference. It's a little bit more emollient, but you don't have to. It's not like a necessity for this particular one, but you could. I'm gonna take that Max Fix Plus, I'm gonna spray it a little, use my Smith brush, and I'm just gonna go in the corner. Okay, so that is the look. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is not new. It came out maybe about 7 or 8 months ago, and it is the Gucci multi-use illuminating drops. And I was interested in this, but once again, it was like sold out at certain retailers. You can only get it from Gucci online, and you know how I feel about having to buy things from the actual brand. It's a little bit cumbersome because you have to sign for it, and we're not always home to sign for it. So fortunately my husband was working from home that day and he was able to sign for this for me. Also, if you don't like it, I don't like having to like ship things off. I will, but I don't like having to ship things off if I don't like it. Whereas like if Sephora or Nordstrom's, it's much easier to like return. So with the Gucci, it is very skin-like. So I'm gonna rub it in so you can see. I have really enjoyed this because as opposed to some highlighters I have that are liquid, they dry down really strange. This one never feels hard or crusty or anything. I mean, the Gucci beauty line has really surprised me over these last few years, but you see how it blends so seamlessly. It just gives your skin a radiance, like a lit from within. I actually do like to apply it with my fingers, so I'm gonna do just a little drop there, and that's probably way too much for what I'm gonna use it for, but I love to put it underneath or over different blushes or bronzer if I'm going for a very easy look. So as you can see, that's the radiance versus my skin here. Do you see? Versus here. Do you see it looks like just wet skin? Oh my gosh, I do love this highlighter. And I haven't been using it a ton because I have so many beautiful illuminating products that I've been like flipping through. Between the new Chanel Glow Primer and the Chantecaille Illuminating Powder, I would say this one probably is going to be the easiest, I want to say, to kind of play with because it dries down nicely. You automatically get that glow. There's no blending really truly necessary. As you can see, I'm just blending it with my fingers, and that's that. And I love that. And this is your Gucci multi-use illuminator. So really pretty. If you have like light skin tone to medium skin tone to dark skin tone, I think this works for all ranges of colors just because it is just so natural looking, and the color's not too pale, not too dark. It's just in between. And so I am a big fan of this. I've been loving the Florist perfumes. So I recently purchased the Florist Cherry Blossom. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, so good. So this Cherry Blossom, I purchased the set. It's 2. It's a hair spray that's a little lighter, and there's the Cherry Blossom Intense. And I was looking, and they didn't have the Cherry Blossom Intense on their website, just the standard Cherry Blossom, which is really nice too. But oh, this smells so good. So I'm just gonna spray a little, and we're just gonna bask in the ambiance is what we're gonna do. But these are my new products that I've been loving. I'm going to throw on my liner, lashes, put on some blush, put on some bronzer, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. BRB, darling. Okay, darling, so this is the finished look. So I put my bronzer, you know, my favorite Hermes bronzer, my Chanel Beige et Coral blush, and I use my Chanel favorite lip liner 158 with a Dior Lip Addict gloss that I will have a video about very soon. So as you can see, everything looks very luminous, very radiant. I did want to show you one other thing. I want to show you how this looks over top, because you see it underneath and you still see that beautiful glow. But if you just want to hype it up, right, you just want a little more vavoom, I'm going to take just a little, and that's literally all you need, and I'm going to just pat it. So now I have layered it over top of the bronzer blush, and you see it doesn't move the product, which is so great. And then I have it underneath, and you still see like the luminous. But if you want a little va-va-voom on top, you can. And you don't have to do both. I'm just doing this for video purposes so you can see it. So eventually, hopefully it restocks in other retailers, and then you will have this review as a reference. But to go over all the products that I did use, this is amazing. This is an amazing product. I believe it's like $40, and it's got, what is it? It's got just a little less than all my others. It's got 0.85 fluor ounces. So most of mine have one, but it's like 15.15 difference, right? So for the price of foundations that are like, this is probably my cheapest foundation, quite frank. No, the Say Beauty, because that's like in the 20s. And then my most expensive is the Clé de Peau, which is like in the hundreds, right? And I have to say, if it was between the two, this one is amazing. And the shade range is so good. It's just beautiful. And Danessa Myricks, she is a woman of color, so I feel like, as opposed to some of the other luxury brands that sometimes don't really consider women of color, because it's more popular or prominent in different races that are actually lighter in skin, she has a great range that considers many different coloring and tones. So this is a absolute 100% yes, love. I recommend 100%. Gucci Illuminator. If you are not a big highlighter person and you just maybe want something to enhance your natural look, this is absolutely amazing. And it's something that you can have and you don't need many. Like, if I didn't review products, I would not have nearly as many as the products as I have. But I would think if I did it, I would add this to my collection, because or I'd have this in my repertoire, because it's easy. It's very easy. You saw me blend it in. You saw me do it with my fingers. It's so easy. It's natural. When it dries down, it's not sticky. It's not hard, and it does last all day. I love it. So definitely recommend the Gucci Illuminator. Pat McGrath ChromaLuxe Labs in Nude Euphoria. I think it's nice. I don't think it's a must. I love Pat McGrath for her Astro Blitz shades. That's what I'm here for. That's what I love. And even though it's an exorbitant amount to pay for like 3 or 4 shades you're going to get in her Mothership palette, I'm 100% going to do it. I'd rather do that than like invest in these, because it's nice and I may get use out of it, but I just don't see myself reaching for it. I feel like I have a lot of different colors that can give me the same effect, a lot of different palettes. So it's all right. I'll say it like that. Maybe if it was the shade I wanted, I'd be more excited. But quite honestly, I have Astro Blitz shades that I like. And if you are interested, let me just show you. For instance, this is the Pat McGrath, the newest Mothership, which I do love. I didn't include it in my favorites because I don't use it every day. But let me tell you, I've been loving the Astro Blitz shades, and perhaps I'll get more use out of it this year because it came kind of later and I don't think I got a chance to use the fun bright colors like I anticipated. But let's say, for instance, like this color, this peachy color, was like everything I've been wanting from Pat McGrath. And so let me show you in comparison. So there's that color. Oh, peachy, delicious goodness. And let me show you the ChromaLuxe, which you have to be careful because they're loose pigments, so be careful about pulling it out. And then we have this. So as you can see, the finish is very different, very sparkly, very shimmery, and this is just like a sheen of color. But the color tones are quite different as well. I definitely was wanting it to lean in this coloring, and it doesn't. And so for that reason, I think, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm meh on it, right? One of the new tools that I have, the Shiseido face brush, I've been in love with. I've been using for the past month. I haven't mentioned it, but I've been using it. You know, I kind of like to review things for a minute before I typically tell you, but love, love, love this brush. It is so good, so good. And I forgot the the face base from Bobbi Brown, which I already told you I love. Of course, my Florist Cherry Blossom. I love this. So these are the new products that I've been loving, and as much as I would love to separate them out in different videos, we don't got time for that. We got more content coming out. I gotta film some other things. Basically everything I purchase, with the exception of the Pat McGrath, I love. I definitely recommend all of these things. I have been getting so much use out of them and I'm really enjoying them. So have you tried any of these products? Are you interested in any of these products? I really love interacting with each and every one of you. It brings me so much joy because I feel like we're like a little luxury beauty family and I love it. So anyways, darlings, I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.